Hi everyone, it's the Hi everyone, it's flower time with Elle and DIYs. I love working with fresh flowers. Right now, we're gonna just jump into it and start creating our graduation bouquets. If you guys want to find out more about conditioning your flowers and prepping them prior to starting your arrangement, check out the spring meadow arrangement right up here. We did one for Mother's Day and I gave a lot of tips and tricks in there, so check that one out. But let's get started. Here's what you need. Some sort of paper. In this case, I utilize crepe paper. There's specific flower wrapping paper available. Clear cellophane. If you don't have this, you could use a Ziploc bag, anything that's a clear plastic. You'll need some tape, clear tape or clear flower tape or green flower tape. Any three of these would work. You do need a finishing clear tape, so make sure you have that. Scissors. I have floral shears and I have regular scissors, a rubber band, and 2 paper towels that are nice, soaky, and wet. And of course, all arrangements, you need flowers. The choice of flowers is totally up to you. So you pick and decide. I went to Whole Foods this morning to pick these out, and aren't they lovely? Let's get started. The easiest way for you to arrange your bouquets is to actually take them out of the vase and just put it down on your table so that you can see what they look like. This always helps me. So I'm gonna take some of the larger flowers out first, layer by layer. Oh, these lilacs are just so nice. And these freesias smell so, so good. And let me get these roses out. I'm gonna push this to the side here. Now you want a nice big work surface. I always start off with taller flowers because in this arrangement, it is gonna have a single face. Rather than doing a 360 design, I'm only gonna do half. So I'm gonna start off by laying out my lilac here. And I'm gonna just mix in the flowers like that. I'm gonna clean some of these freesias up and add a pop of white right there. So keep adding, keep layering. It's all about layering, little by little. When giving a bouquet, you want to make sure that all your flowers are super fresh because each one gets highlighted, right? My baby is complete. Once that's ready, we're gonna use floral tape to just wrap and bind this so they don't come apart. You have to have a good base, otherwise your flowers will start like going everywhere and you don't want that. Cut that and secure it. Really simple. Now, in order for me to wrap the bouquet, I need to cut off the stems. So I'm gonna make them all even. Next step is we apply the paper towels to keep them moist. In the case where you're able to keep it open and just stick it in a vase, you don't need the paper towel. But in the case where you're like, oh, it's a hot day, and let's face it, a lot of graduations are on a hot day, you're not gonna be carrying around a vase and handing them a bouquet. So it's good for you to wrap it with a wet paper towel, seal it with cellophane, and then it'll kind of work like a temporary vase. So I'm just gonna put it like this in the middle of our cellophane. I cut it so it's about double the length of the bottom stem. And I'm gonna layer this twice. Obviously, this is just a temporary fix. This is just so it holds over until you hand over the bouquet. There's this a little bit in the middle. Bring this up, over, and I'm literally gonna just wrap the bottom. This helps to secure the water in place and also prevents it from coming out. Okay. To secure it, we're gonna add clear tape all the way around. I'm gonna start on the bottom here. Do one wrap. going to do another wrap right over here on top. This part doesn't have to be pretty. It's all going to be hidden up once we wrap it. So as long as it stays secure and keeps the water in, it's doing its job. Wrapping is super easy. I'm going to be utilizing crepe paper, and I love crepe paper because it's stretchy. So I'm only going to stretch out one side. I cut a square out. So I'm going to place this in a diagonal, fold in one corner, and then place the flower in like this. I'm going to do another piece and do a reflective mirror version of it. So the first layer is complete when we wrap the 2 light blue, and I'm going to secure it again with tape. We're going to use a lot of tape, so make sure you have enough of it. But this is how we're going to secure it in place. And again, this part doesn't have to be all sorts of pretty. It just needs to keep it in place. Next, I'm going to add this layer in, which is kind of cool, like a taupey brown. I'm going with very earthy, neutral tones because a lot of the flowers are super bright and I want them to shine. There we go. So the other ones, I did it at a diagonal. This one, I'm actually going to place right in the middle. Layer 2, complete. Layer 3, lots of layers. Lots of layers. So I cut a larger rectangle, stretched it out again. Gonna be the outside enveloping part. But I don't want the edges to show, so I'm gonna fold those in. No, don't unravel yet. There we go. Cinch that. All right, we're going to do this again. Large rectangle, stretch it out. So satisfying! Okay, we're going to fold this in on this side. And I place this up here in this corner. Put it in. Fold this side in just a little bit here. And let it fan in. Layer 3, complete. Okay, but we can't have this bottom part looking like this, right? So there is a layer 4. Gonna use this dark gray. It needs to be long enough to wrap around at least 1.5. Stretch. Next, we're gonna fold just like this. And this is gonna act like a little skirt up the front. And we're gonna go backwards like this. Secure with tape. Once you have the last wrap being secured into place, we're just gonna cover up all the tape with this beautiful ribbon. So I just tie it on, do a really simple bow. We're gonna cut off the excess ribbon. So, for your graduates, everyone! Really simple. So make a trip to Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, wherever, Vons, Ralph's that sells flowers. Grab a couple different kinds, put together a little bouquet, and surprise your graduate with a little bit of love. Everyone remember, try it, have some fun, and make it yours.